Hey everybody, Go About here back today with a brand new episode for Madden 20 franchise with the Dallas Cowboys. Here in Season 3, we have Week 3 football. The 2-0 Cowboys going on the road against the 1-1 Philadelphia Eagles. Now, unfortunately, this episode is much shorter as you could you see right now. Unfortunately, I had an editing error when I was recording my audio that I use from Audacity from my Blue Yeti microphone. Completely crashed, was unrecoverable. It didn't save after it finished it all, so all of that was lost. Now I have the game footage, of course, and I wasn't going to go back and like reverb all my audio. No, not at all. So instead today, what we're going to unfortunately have to do for this episode for Week 3 against the Eagles, and this is the first time I've ever had to do this, and it sucks. I'm sorry about this. We're going to have to do it like a highlights, basically like they do on SportsCenter. We're just going to condense the game down to key moments and all. And it's just going to be a shorter episode today, and to make up for that in the forefront here, let me say this: don't click off the video yet and be mad about it. I'm sorry, it's an editing issue. It's the software just crashed. It was a problem. To make up for this, tomorrow I'll have Week 4 against the Raiders up. So Thursday you'll have more Madden for Week 4, and then Friday, as scheduled, Week 5. So more Madden the better to make up for this editing issue. I'm so sorry about it, y'all, but here we were. It's a massive Week 3 game early on here against the Eagles. The Cowboys know the Eagles have had our number in the regular season. Last season they defeated us twice in the regular season, and the Cowboys were able to go on and defeat them in the divisional round and go on to win a second Super Bowl, as we all know, thankfully. But we knew this would be a test. This Eagles team led by Wentz is always a challenge for us, especially with Ertz, and we're going to find out today Ertz was untamed. He was just so good out there today. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the highlights here for Week 3. So a third down and inches here, our third down right here. It's a beautiful sack right there from Tristan Hill. He just jumped over the lineman, got a sack there on that, set up a 3rd and 1. Then the very next 2 plays later, after a first down, we have a RPO action right there and a huge hit up the middle, and it's a fumble. That was the first big change in the tide of the way this football game would go as the Cowboys take over in Eagle territory here in the first quarter in a scoreless game. The Cowboys now looking down at a 3rd down, and we got a play across the middle on the slant to Amari Cooper, our number 1 receiver, for a first down, now down inside to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10, now setting up a 3rd down and 5 for Dallas. Dallas taking the time here trying to find out. We found Jarwin, but he's unable to reach the first down yardage, so the Cowboys would have a 4th down and inches and a decision to be made, and we decided to not take the points, but to roll with momentum and try to convert here on 4th down and inches with our star back, Ezekiel Elliott, and unfortunately, as you see there, we were not able to get it. It was a turnover on downs. The Eagles would then start marching down the field, now a 3rd and 4. Pass goes out to Ertz, and again, get used to seeing him today in the highlights. Ertz was just a machine on the day overall. The Eagles had 8 3rd down conversions and were just absolutely unbelievable out there. And then you see a pick downfield. The Cowboys able to pick off a pass from Wentz down the field. We take it over at the 3. That is the rookie, the 3rd round pick for the Cowboys, Floyd, coming through with a big INT for the Cowboys. 2nd turnover already here in the first quarter of play against this Eagles team, and just a little jump there as well, unavoidable. We shouldn't have done that at all, but that sets up now the Cowboys here. We got a 3rd down and 10, and unfortunately, this is a big issue for the Cowboys, was the sacks. That was a 2nd down, I guess, or was that 3rd? I don't know. But the Cowboys sacked for over 8 times today. Big issue. Zeke now powering through with this one of the biggest runs he had on the day, rolling through some defenders, getting down to their own 40-yard line. Cowboys rolling down the field right now, looking like they're going to go try to score a touchdown and get on top here early in this game. Across midfield, down now into Eagle territory, rolling out to the left of the pocket, taking a shot down the field, and ill-advised pass there from Dak Prescott. It's picked off in the end zone for a touchback. Eagles will now take over and begin their march downfield as well as they hit their target. Ertz over the middle of the field, across midfield, down into Dallas territory at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Philly, and Philly would continue to march down into the red zone for a 3rd down play here. Big 3rd down, Ertz, but he's able to get a strong body move up ahead right there, reach inside, and gets the 1st down, setting up a 1st and goal for the very next play here. The Cowboy defense lines up. 1st and goal for the Eagles at the 4-0-0 game here in the second quarter. And he's just going to hand it off to the tailback, and the tailback walks it into the end zone, fairly untouched, no issue whatsoever, and Philadelphia will take the early 7-0 lead. Now the Cowboys back out onto the football field. A play-action play, and again, all night long, the Cowboys struggled with the pass protection. Another sack right there. Fletcher Cox was a man possessed out there. He had, I believe, 3.5 sacks on the day. Now rolling out right. Very next play, we got a good playoff right there, but we're able to juke up field, but unfortunately, too much yardage to be made up. We had to kick the field goal to Maher. He connects, makes it a 7-3 game. If we didn't, and that was one of the spots we should have kicked the field goal earlier in the game. It could have been 6-7, but instead it's 7-3. Now here comes Philadelphia. Philadelphia hitting the out route right there up the middle of the field into the red zone, down for a first down at the Dallas 13-yard line. And then the very next play, Wentz back all day to throw, finds Ertz and breaks through a tackle into the end zone. It's a 14-3 lead here in the second quarter. The Eagles walking all over the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys would finish off the half with a long 55-yard field goal attempt here from Maher to try to make it a 14-6 game. And he has just enough leg, it squeaks through. It's a 14-6 game at half. Cowboys now take over in the second half and try to get the offense going here. We hit the drag route right there, and we got a first down, moving the chains for the Cowboys. Now setting up the next play off their no huddle. Next play, first down and 10. Cowboys looking at the movement here, and waiting a bit too long, stood in the pocket. The linebacker came in. It's another sack. Actually, that was Fletcher. That was the linebacker right there. Again, something I'm going to have to work on as a Madden player is just throwing the football. As you see now, a big play downfield. First down, Philadelphia to Jeffrey. And again, just completely decimating us right now here in the second quarter and now the third quarter, as they're now connecting downfield for a touchdown, but no, it's deflected off. The third down attempt, no good, and the Eagles would come out now for a field goal. They would connect to make it a 17-6 game. Cowboys now with the football in the third quarter, 6 minutes and counting left here in the quarter, but an ill-advised pass. Again, on that pass, if I had my actual commentary, I saw the guys wide open on the right side of the field. I pressed the wrong button. I've done that twice now this season, where I pressed the wrong button and threw to the wrong receiver. Ended up in a pick, as you could well see right there. So the Eagles take over in very great field position here, and they take a deep shot, but we trade picks as it gets picked off there by Woods, and Woods will run it up towards the logo. But not a pretty day from either quarterback. For the day, Dak threw 2 interceptions and Wentz threw 3. Now an RPO on a 4th down and 1. Gutsy play by the Cowboys, and Amari Cooper would waltz into the end zone for a Dallas Cowboy touchdown. And just that, like that, ladies and gentlemen, a 2-point conversion away would try to make this game 17-14 here in the third quarter of play. Amari Cooper on the RPO, got the slant, got the move into the end zone touchdown. Now Zeke hands off on the toss, walks into the end zone, and it's now 17-14. Dallas right back in this game after all these mishaps and all. Now the Eagles here will try to make it at least a touchdown game by a 6-point lead, but he pushes it out to the right. It is no good. The Cowboys will take over in excellent field position to start off the fourth and final quarter here in week 3 against the Eagles. Dak Prescott trying to buy time out in the pocket, walks back way too much, gets sacked, and that would be the killer to that drive for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, the sack game really just took us out of our element all throughout this game, made it very challenging for the Cowboys to do anything, and then he finds his target there, but is deflected out, dropped off that hit from Awuzie. They're wanting a flag, they didn't get it, sets up a 4th down. Cowboys would take over, still trailing 3 here with less than 7 minutes left in the game. There's Zeke with a beautiful catch and run up in the middle of the field, down into Eagle territory across midfield. Cowboys rolling, looking like they got something going here with a 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys. We'll see what they can get going as they go up. And they hit their man Tavon Austin on the outside. Now the Cowboys here, we had a second, excuse my dog Gizmo in the background. We got a toss outside to Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke walks into the end zone. The Cowboys would take their first lead here in the football game in the 4th quarter of play. The score now 21-17 Dallas. but way too much time left on the clock, still left with 2 minutes, and there is Ertz. We talked about him all game long. He had over 15 catches and over 150 yards, and now they are walking down the field. The Dallas Cowboys trying to get a big stop. Ertz again, open catches in the end zone, touchdown Eagles, and the Eagles just like that respond back with a touchdown to take the lead here in week 3 against the Cowboys, trailing now the Cowboys 24-21. Cowboys trying to get an answer here. Dak sprinting up the middle, gets a first down, hurrying up the clock. We had 1 timeout remaining here. Dak finds his man across, had to call a second timeout, now inside a minute. Sets the Cowboys up for a 3rd and 10 after a sack and an ill-advised forced pass there by Dak. Sets up now a game, the big game moment right here, 4th down and 10, game on the line, less than 10 seconds left, out of field goal position, and the out route overthrown. The game would be over. The Cowboys fought hard to get back into that football game, but the Eagles, even with their turnover issues they had, they walk away with a win here in week 3. One that I won't forget very soon, because if you had my game footage, it was awful. I played, overall, I didn't play super well, but we were in a position to win that game. We shouldn't have lost it, but Ertz was just too much to stop. But again, ladies and gentlemen, because of this shorter episode here today for this, expect another Madden episode up tomorrow on the channel and Friday on the channel for week 4 and week 5. Next one up will be against the Raiders, and we'll go from there. But thanks so much for tuning in today, y'all. Thank you all. If you enjoy it, hit that thumbs up, comment down below, and I'll see you back here in the next video. Y'all take it easy.